ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Yes, we can start sharing. Surya, I think you can probably talk about some of those things what you shared, right? From Kabir Das's Doha. Probably if you have something, you can share that. And from there we can pick up.
Shared two songs actually of bhajan, two bhajans of Kabir Das ji. One was which I shared was Ab Kya Bolu, because once I have gotten it and again there we are blessed that somebody translated it into Hindi, and even in Hindi they have done the bhavarth of that for us.
Okay.
In the lines he was explaining. Ab kya bolu. I'll just open that song also so that I can read the meanings also.
Sure.
I'll just open it. It's
Hari Om Bhavya.
Hari Om, sir.
Ambika ji was connected. I think she just dropped. She's back. Just for those who join now, Sonia is going to share one of the songs of Kabir Das ji. She's just accessing that song.
Okay. Bhaskar ji, in which I sent that link also. It was Man Mast Hua Tab Kya Bole. Kabir Das ji saying that. So Man Mast Hua is again, Man, which is as a indri, as a sense organ, he's saying. When I have attained the ultimate objective by winning over it, that Param Anand I have attained. उसके बाद मैं स्वतः ही मौन हो जाऊंगा, मौन हो जाता हूँ, मतलब कोई भी मौन हो जाता है. उसके बाद मौन में वो इज नॉट गिविंग डायरेक्शंस कि हमें मौन रहना चाहिए. इज सेइंग कि जब मन मस्त हुआ तो मौन स्वतः ही आ जाएगा, मौन आप चुप हो जाओगे. जैसे कि अगर एक बार किसी को हीरा मिल जाता है तो उसने अपने रख के अपने अंदर पॉकेट में रख लिया, अब वो उसको बार बार निकाल के चेक नहीं करता रहेगा पब्लिक स्पेस पे भी कि मेरे पास हीरा है. इट्स लाइक दैट ओनली. इसलिए हम मौन में स्वतः ही स्थित हो जाएंगे. Then he says, हंसा पायो नहीं, हल्की थी तब चढ़ी तराजू, पूरी थी तब क्या बोलूं. मतलब जैसे this is a analogy he is drawing here, कि जब तक तराजू हल्की थी, जब तक उस पे वेट नहीं था, तब तक वो ऊपर नीचे होती है. तो जैसे जब तक हमको परम आनंद हमको पता नहीं है हूँ एम आई, तभी तक तो मैं औरों से अपने आप को कंपेयर करता हूँ. There is always relative happiness or relative sadness till the time I don't know that I am the only one. Once I am the only one, I am like that भारी तराजू जो अब हिलेगी नहीं, वो तो तटस्थ हो जाएगी. So very simple example, simple and one line, हल्की थी तब चढ़ी तराजू, पूरी भई तब क्या तोले. वो क्या किसी से कंपैरिजन करेगा ही नहीं. And he says, सुरती कलारी भई मतवारी, मदवा पी गई बिन बोले. सुरती is remembering.
Okay.
हम जो कहते हैं ना, staying in that knowledge, that is सुरती. याद आ जाना, who you are. सुरती is a Hindi word actually.
Okay.
जिससे होता है कि हमें किसी की याद आती है तो सुरती बोलते हैं उसको. So he's saying सुरती भई, मतलब मुझे याद आ गया मैं कौन हूँ. अब जब मुझे याद आ गया कि मैं कौन हूँ, तो अब मतलब ऐसा हो गया कि मतलब मतवाली हो गई, क्योंकि जैसे हम मदवा इज मद पी के मतवाली हो गई. तो कौन सा मद पी के आप परम आनंद में आ गए. ये मद कि आप कौन हो. नाउ आई नो, सुरती हो गई, मुझे याद आ गया मैं कौन हूँ. दैट इग्नोरेंस इज ड्रॉप्ड बेसिकली, दैट आई एम द बॉडी. देहात में बुद्धि की ड्रॉप हो जाती है. Then he says हंसा पाए मान सरोवर ताल तलैया क्यों डोले. हंसा is that हम बोलते हैं ना हंस, परमहंस.
Correct.
एंड ताल तलैया छोटे छोटे तालाब.
हाँ.
तो परमहंस जो हंस है उसको मान सरोवर मिल गया.
हाँ.
मानसरोवर लेक मिल गई.
Yes.
तो वो छोटे छोटे सुखों को क्या देखेगा कि मेरा बेटा, मेरी पति, मेरी बच्चा, मेरा धन, मेरा घर. आपको तो परम आनंद, हंसा को मानसरोवर मिल गया. तो हंसा इज चैतन्य ओनली ना. हम परमहंस बोलते, परमहंस स्वामी रामकृष्ण परमहंस जैसे हम बोलते हैं. तो वो हंसा को तो मानसरोवर मिल गया. अब रामकृष्ण परमहंस क्या देखेंगे कि देवी माँ की मूर्ति है या नहीं है, या उनकी पत्नी है कि माँ है कि बहन है. दैट विल जस्ट स्टॉप. तेरा साहब है घर माही बाहर नैना क्यों खोले. तेरा साहब, साहब अगेन इज अल्टीमेट थिंग. है घर माही, तेरा साहब तो घर में ही है. घर क्या है? ये अंदर जो हम अपना लेके, बॉडी लेके, मन लेके घूमते हैं, जिसको हम खुद समझते हैं कि दिस इज आई. तो इसी तेरा साहब तो घर में ही है. तू बाहर नैना क्यों खोले. तू बाहर क्या खोजता है? सो अंतरंग बहिरंग पे शायद ये बोलते हैं, क्योंकि वो अंतरंग साधना पे ज्यादा जोर देते हैं बजाय के बहिरंग साधना पे. तो वो ये बोलते हैं, बहिरंग में भी भजन पे वो बहुत बोलते हैं, अच्छे कामों पे बहुत अच्छा बोलते हैं कि अच्छे काम करो, भजन करो. तो बोला तेरा साहब तेरे घर पे ही है, तेरे अंदर ही है. तू तो अपने अंदर ही है. तो बाहर क्या ढूंढ रहा है? इधर उधर कहाँ कहाँ जाके ढूंढता है. तो कई बार लोग क्या करते हैं, इनके इन भजनों को सुन के सोचते हैं ही इज अ सोशल रिफॉर्मर. बट आई थिंक ही सोशल रिफॉर्म तो अपने आप हो जाएगा जब आप ऐसा, जब आई विल रिफॉर्म माई सेल्फ, तो सोशल रिफॉर्म तो अपने आप ही हो गया. So I think he was less of a social reformer and more of this person. तो social reform automatic हो जाएगा. Then he saying कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो साहब मिल गए तिल औले. कहे कबीर, वो हर बार उनका अगर हम ज्यादातर सुने तो उसमें ये लाइन यूज होती है कि कहे कबीर सुन भाई साधो. So he saying, ये अपने सबको बोल रहे हैं कि भाई सुनो, मैं कबीर क्या बोल रहा हूँ. तो साहब इज अगेन द अल्टीमेट सेल्फ, द अल्टीमेट गॉड, या जो भी हम जिनको आप ईश्वर की उपाधि देना चाहते हैं, ईश्वर की दे दीजिए. स्वयं ब्राह्मण या स्वयं को ढूंढ रहे हैं. तिल ओले मतलब बिल्कुल तिल, छोटा सा तिल होता है ना, सेसमी सीड. तो तिल के पीछे छुपा हुआ है. मतलब इतना ही अंतर है तुम में और उसमें कि वो तिल के पीछे छुपा है. तुम उस तिल जैसे इग्नोरेंस को भी ट्रैप, मतलब ही इज सो क्लोज टू यू. सो ही इज नॉट, इट इज यू. ही इज सो क्लोज, ही इज सो क्लोज. इट्स लाइक कि वो सेसमे सीड के पीछे छुपा हुआ है. आपको बस वो सेसमे सीड की इग्नोरेंस हटानी है एंड यू विल गेट द अल्टीमेट आनंद.
So nice. So nice. That's a simple way. Hare Om Manish ji. You're on mute, Manish ji.
I'm sorry, I am late.
No, it's okay. No problem. So just now, Sonia shared one of the songs of Dohas of Kabir Das ji, and she was just explaining that. Very nice one, actually.
That's it, Bhaskar. This was the bhajan I shared.
Yeah. That was very nice. Nice.
But I am nowadays I am also, Sonia ji, listening lot of Kabir. I think it is amazing to listen Kabir. You can listen Kabir for hours together. It is self-actualization of.
That's true, Manish ji.
You want to share something, Manish ji? Out of any of those?
Yeah. There was a one discussion I had recently. There was a one bhajan of Kabir that it is asking that Panch Tattva se Kaya bani, Kaya and Tattva kahan se aayo re. So it is talking about the supreme. That is, it is talking about the Param Brahma. That when nothing was there, and at that time Brahm was there, and then I was trying to connect it to the Big Bang, and I was trying to connect it to that I was just trying to go back. That what it is asking is that it is asking about that ये तत्व कहाँ से आया. So we all know that body is made up of 24 different types of thing, and maybe a physical body is 5 tattva. But from where did they come from? And that is where you reach to Param Brahm, that there is a much beyond the God itself. There is a Param Brahm, and everything came from that Param Brahm. So that but it is amazing to hear Kabir.
Yeah. Nice.
I also heard recently the complete, I would say the complete history of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Mm-hmm.
I think that also was amazing. I was not knowing most of the things I was not knowing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Okay.
And
Okay, nice. Anyone else has something to share? Either on the journey of sadhana or anything on vichara. It'll be nice to share and discuss. Anything from you, Bhavya?
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
I wanted to share this, like, I mean, this is a normal thing. I was writing exams. I'm just writing now. The semester is started. So, I wanted to share this experience. What one student was doing. See, there are two types of copying, okay? One is you write the chit and come, and then in the middle of the exam, if the same question has come, you'll see and then write. That is actual copying, okay? Then I saw one more type of copying yesterday. When I was writing paper, he will write the chit and come, and before actually 9 o'clock they will start, okay? So 9 to 9:30, that gap when they are issuing before issuing the question paper, they will write down all into the answer sheet and then throw that paper. Okay. That is like, so you're actually not copying, but you got all that, wrote everything in that paper. Then I was just wondering, looking at him, I mean, he was so scared, but still, I mean, I was just observing him, but still he wants to write everything. He wrote everything. He gave it to his friends also. They also wrote everything. In that 9 to 9:30, nobody will see, right? Because they've given the question paper. They've not yet given the question paper, and then he threw it. Then I was just sitting and watching. So whom are you thinking that not seeing? Whom are you trying to escape when you yourself is knowing that you are doing? And that too, LLB, when they're doing, nobody is of 20 age. They all finish and then in 30s only they're doing, okay, because they want an extra degree. I mean, that college is like that, not a regular people. So after knowing all this, how can you do? Whom are you thinking not seeing? He was so happy that she didn't see finally. At that time, I was literally thinking of this, and I was looking at him and laughing. Sir, whom are you thinking that you are not knowing? You yourself should not. You yourself already know it. Like, so, the entire concept I just applied it. Ki we ourselves should be clean. Where you yourself is not clean, and then you're thinking that others will not see how. Where are you trying to escape? Is the biggest question. I got it. And then I laughed, and then kept quiet. And then I really wanted to share that experience with you. Now that we know all this concept, looking at them, we feel like so unclear. That's it, sir. I just wanted to share this experience. And then I was thinking why they are doing this and all. And then all that I already know the answer. See, now that I already know the answer, the ultimate answer, everything, like I myself has become less curious and all this. Okay. As the days goes on, we get less curious, no?
Like on this because. Yeah, like what Sonia shared just now. Once already got the diamond in your pocket.
Exactly.
You remove and see it every time. Oh, it is there. You already got it.
That's why my questions have become lesser, actually, only experiences.
Agree. And that was a very nice thing, actually. So, Sonia, it will be very nice to just summarize what you said, actually. Manishji also can hear. That was a very nice thing, actually. You can just say this little translation you can give.
Okay, Bhaskar ji. I'll just go again there.
1 minute.
मन मस्त हुआ तब क्यों बोले. So I'll just repeat it even for my own benefit. I like to keep repeating these things. So he's saying, Kabir Das ji is saying कि मेरा मन जो है वो मस्त हो गया. तो तब क्या बोले? Sir, again I will say मन मस्त तभी होगा when you know the real self. who you are. Or man is like, again I will say like 5 indris, one more indri. So he's saying अब I know the ultimate truth, I know who I am. So मैं मस्त हो गया, तो मैं परम आनंद में बैठ गया. जो हम कहते हैं कि परम आनंद मिल जाएगा, परम आनंद मिल जाएगा, these are just words. You know how to tell, how will you tell me what it is? So you tell me it will be param anand, and that's how I get into it and I study and I read more. So इससे कि मैं को पता चल गया, तो अब मैं क्यों बोलूं? तो मतलब वो अपने आप ही आदमी शांत हो जाएगा. जो ये प्रश्न होंगे, या जैसे अभी भव्या शेड की ऐसा हुआ, तो पहले क्वेश्चंस होते हैं कि ऐसा क्यों है, या मेरे घर में ऐसा क्यों हो गया, वो अपने आप, जैसे आपने बोला कि वो शांत हो जाएगा. तो आई नो द अल्टीमेट ट्रूथ, सो आई नो द आंसर्स टू ऑल द क्वेश्चंस. सो मैं मन में मैं क्यों बोलूंगा? जैसे कि जब मेरे पास हीरा आ जाता है, तो मेरे को हीरा मिल गया, मैं चुपचाप अंदर रख लिया. बार बार आई विल नॉट कीप ओपनिंग माय पर्सन सेइंग कि आई हैव गॉट द डायमंड, सो आई विल बी शांत. एंड देन जब तक, ये लाइन मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगती है कि जब तक हल्की थी तब चढ़ी तराजू, पूरी भई तब क्या तोले. जब तक तराजू हल्की होती है, तब तक ही वो ऊपर नीचे होती है. जब वो पूरी भारी हो जाएगी, दोनों साइड पूरा वेट हो जाएगा, या एक साइड पूरा वेट हो जाएगा, तो वो पूरा बैठ जाएगी, वो बार बार हिलती नहीं रहेगी. तो जब तक मैं हल्की, स्वयं में मुझे ये ज्ञान नहीं था, तब तक ही आई विल कंपेयर माई सेल्फ विद अदर्स, और देयर विल बी कंपैरेटिव थिंग. ये कंपैरिजन होगा ही नहीं, अपने आप ही खत्म हो जाएगा. जब परम आनंद, परम ज्ञान आ गया, तो वो कंपैरिजन अपने आप ही खत्म हो जाएगा. हर तरह का कंपैरिजन खत्म हो जाएगा. सुरती कलारी भई मतवारी, मदवा पी गई बिन बोले ही उसने वो परम मद, जो परम आनंद है, वो पी लिया, और वो आनंद मिल गया, परम ज्ञान मिल गया, तो वो मतवाली हो गई. मतवाला होना इज व्हाट? परम आनंद में होना. हम क्यों कोई भी चीज करते हैं? तो परम आनंद, यू आर इन ब्लिस, तो आप परम आनंद में हो, क्योंकि आपको परम ज्ञान का प्राप्त हो गया है. और घर ही तेरा जो साहिब है, जिसको हम ईश्वर ब्रह्म या कह रहे हैं, वो घर में है, वो अंदर है. उसको हम बाहर, घर में, परिवार में, पेड़ों में ढूंढने की कोशिश करते हैं, वो उसमें भी है. बट ही सेइंग कि द मोर इज कि हम अंदर देखें, तभी हमको वो मिल जाएगा. और इसीलिए कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कि सुनो भाई, जो भगवान, जो ईश्वर है, या जो तत्व है, या जो मैं हूँ, ये जो परम ज्ञान या परम आनंद है, वो एक तिल के दाने की ओट में मिल गया. इतना करीब है वो हमारे. जैसे कि अगेन इसमें जैसे अष्टावक्र बोलते हैं कि तू अभी हो जा. उनका जो ये वाक्य है कि अभी हो जा, अभी अभी तुझे होने की जरूरत नहीं है, तू है, तू अभी है. सो इट्स लाइक दिस. जो परम आनंद है, वो सेसमे सीड के तिल के ओट में बैठा है. उसके पीछे इतना ही डिफरेंस है, इतना ही गैप है उसमें और बीच में, इतना है. मतलब अगेन, मतलब वो तिल का दाना है, you can just compare किया, it's there, I know who I am. So that's what he has said.
Very nice. Thanks for sharing. So as you say this, I'm just getting this analogy, that settling down part, now that Tarajuka, that example what was given.
Yes.
I can compare it to using a potash alum in water, where the dust, they settle down. So mind settles down with the help of the reaction or whatever of potash alum. So here I think we can call it potential Om.
Correct. Oh, beautiful. Potash alum and potential Om.
From that knowledge, mind settles down. The one who settles down is mind actually. Self is already settled, very well settled actually. In which everything, unsettled things are also there actually. Self is very well settled already.
That's true. And can I share one thing, Bhaskarji? Again, a personal experience. It is like you're saying, settling, and that settling down, you can see it as a jiva. You can see that settling down is happening. Because generally, what happens, when we are on this journey, the questions are कि मुझे मालूम तो है, लेकिन जब सिचुएशन आती है तो I still get carried away. प्रकृति, जो मेरी प्रकृति है, मेरी अपनी वासनाएं, संस्कार हैं, वो ओवरटेक कर लेते हैं मुझको. ये प्रश्न बार बार उठता है कि नहीं, मुझे सत्य मालूम है, लेकिन जब the situation is there, I get angry या whatever, प्रकृति ओवरटेक करती है. But I think the change happens. Mourn happens because like yesterday only it was happening that I was having some discussion with Gaurav. Gaurav is my husband, for everyone else. So I was having some discussion, and I was trying to convey a point, and he was also trying to convey some other, some opposite opinion. And then suddenly in the middle of that, I realized that what's the point? There's no point, because हम convince क्यों कर रहे हैं किसी को भी, not him, anybody. मतलब ये बहुत ही टिपिकल लाइक इट इज लाइक मैं किसी से वेदांत की बात करूं, अगर वो सुनना नहीं चाहता है या दैट या इवन मैं भी सुनना नहीं चाहती हूँ, व्हाट इज द दो जीव, मैं और वो नहीं बोलूंगी, दो जीव हैं वो आपस में कर रहे हैं, तो वो सुनना कोई नहीं चाहता है, कोई अंडरस्टैंड नहीं करना चाहता दूसरा, इट इज जस्ट अ कॉन्वर्सेशन व्हिच इज हैपनिंग, यू नो. So and suddenly I realized this point this came in my mind that there's no point, you know, whatever is happening as a flow will be happening, and I am the ultimate self, so point क्या है, मैं वो आया वो, who am I actually, who am I, and suddenly, you know, I didn't want to talk at all. पहले I would have forced myself to be quiet to keep कि ठीक है चलो let's not, you know, get into it, but yesterday it just happened on its own. So that happens, you know, that we can witness also.
Agree. Manichi, you wanted to say something?
No, because I just wanted to add what Sonia ji was saying, that on 2 points. One is that the first thing that when you are talking about Kabir only talks about inward journey. He is not talking. He is so like way above the understanding level that he doesn't believe in, or he doesn't promote that you mandir, masjid, or you are going to doing mala jap or anything. It is not going to get you there. The only thing is the inward journey which will get you there. So in most of the things, which is, and second thing is that what Sonia also mentioned that if the discussion is there as she mentioned, and there are two ways of looking at it, that you say what is the point. One is that out of I will say frustration, you say what is the point in discussing, this man is not going to change. Or the second thing is you understand that what is a point, because we all are into our own journeys, and but I slightly differ there, that unless and until we have discussions, we will not have perspectives. And the way to knowledge is only through understanding these perspectives. Like today, because today what we are doing is also a kind of a discussion. But yes, it is important that there has to be a perspective to it, and once we have a perspective, I think the understanding level, we are not forcing ourselves. We don't force, no need to force our thoughts, but the perspective has to be kept. Otherwise, there will be no knowledge.
See, I think even in normal conversations, I think there are 4 quadrants actually. One is where people are emotional. So when emotions take over, there is no conversation at all actually. So that's one time when conversation should stop and emotions should be allowed to settle down actually. So normally that is one thing which also even in the modern communication skills they say this. So they say just avoid conversation. So after that, when things settle down, only conversation meaningfully can happen actually. So for a conversation to happen, there has to be a state of mind actually on both the sides. Otherwise, it will not work actually. So that's when one has to stop. And then they say the second quadrant is where someone is available for listening, but then more defensive listening actually. So there also things do not help so much. So you have to then open them up by asking open questions, not closed questions. So when you ask closed questions, it will be very say yes or no, it will be no elaboration will happen. So then you have to ask open questions. From there, after that, the real conversation can happen actually. So Samvada, Vidandavada, Jalpa. So all these 3 categories are there. So Jalpa and Vidandavada doesn't help, Samvada alone helps. Bhavya, you wanted to say something?
Yes, sir. Actually, in continuation to both of them, what they said, Sonia jo bol rahi thi na, that situation to so many times I have got. Initially, I used to get angry whenever my husband's name is Sandeep. Okay, but now where I have reached, sad, his karma is not yet over, because Ramya once said one word, I still remember. Even to listen to what you're saying, you should have grace. So I will get into that concept okay, that grace he has not yet achieved, or matlab that he's as she said, Jiva is not yet ready to receive that. So I don't want to force that on him,
Yeah,
even by telling that.
yeah,
I know that at that moment I have to say, but I will stop because let him be ready for that.
correct.
Then let us discuss, because we are not in the same zone now. Like,
Yeah,
so I think,
this happens
so
actually.
let,
This happens in
no,
everyone's journey. So normally, I think when we are in the journey and we enjoy every new thing which we learn, we want
yeah,
to share it with someone. So this is also one kind of sukha actually. So you want to share. Normally, this happens. Sharing is always a sukha. So while that idea of sharing is there, sometimes it can become an urge to share. So when it becomes an
correct.
urge to share, the other person has a problem. So
हाँ,
then you have to make him or her sit saying, no, no, I want to give you something very good. वो बोलेंगे नहीं मुझे तो नहीं चाहिए नहीं 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 you better have it. Then that person will say ये कौन सा good है भाई जो better have it. So this can happen actually. Yes, and I have also faced this actually. This can happen. So normally when we learn something, sharing has its own happiness actually. You want to really share because when you're happy, automatically you will do that. This happens. And of course, when Maya teaches you all these things, then you become even further refined, and then the taraju, comes down, settles down. That happens. Maya has its own way of teaching things, So it's an ultimate teacher. So that way, it will make the person settle down completely, to an extent, अतीतान अनुसंधानम भविष्यद अविचारणम औदासीन्यम अपि प्राप्ते जीवन मुक्तस्य लक्षणम. तो अतीत ananusandhanam. So, an extreme indifference. And bhavishyad, in terms of past actually kind of. And bhavishyadi avicharanam. So, not worrying about the future. Audasinyamapi prapte, that kind of, indifference thing. Not getting worried about anything of for that matter because there is nothing to worry about, right? There is only oneself. Because of that knowledge. Jivan Muktasya Lakshanam. So there are many Lakshanas given of those people who are liberated while living. Jivan Muktasya Lakshanam. That is one. And I wanted to recollect one of the verses from Viveka Chudamani. The earlier one, what I said also is from Viveka Chudamani. While Manishji was saying that, Kabir ji was saying that it's more the inward journey and vichara that is more important. That's where, Shankaracharya says, Chittasya Shuddhaye Karma, Natu Vastu Upalabdhiye. So, karma only helps to purify one's mind. That's all. Vastu siddhihi vicharena. Only through inquiry, vastu you can get it actually. What is that vastu? That sad vastu, only vastu, which is that best vastu. Nitya vastu vekam. That we are trying to get actually. So, in journey, finally it comes back to us. That's a different thing. We get it as ourselves, not as another object actually. So, that's a journey. So he says Vastu Siddhi, that Vastu Siddhi Vicharena, na kinchit, not even a little bit, na kinchit, karma kotibhi, you perform crores of karma also. It's not going to be only because of karma, it's going to be only because of jnana, vichara. So this entire pursuit is a pursuit of knowledge, and karma is more an enabler, but what fetches the vastu to us is basically knowledge. So it has to culminate into knowledge of oneself being everything. That aikya, that's the reason that aikya is so important actually. Knowledge of oneself being everything. So if where you reach that understanding that, oh, it's me all the way here, whatever is here, it's just me only. So the moment you understand that as that akhanda vritti, you get it. After that, obviously, looking at the diamond doesn't happen at all because you are everything actually. So if you are everything, what will you differentiate yourself from actually? So that's how it works. Manishi, yes, you want to say something?
Yeah, so I think the point which you mentioned from Viveka Chudamani, this is the crux of, I think, our journey. Today, like I also recently completed my course on Karma Yoga, and now already into Gyan Yoga. So as you said, that karma can take you only to a level. So it prepares your mind for...
Yes, knowledge.
You cannot have you cannot have Gyan without doing your Vihit karms, without doing your good deeds. So karma will prepare you for Gyan. Gyan will prepare you finally for bhakti.
Yes.
But you cannot have, like karma yoga alone cannot take you there.
Correct.
It is only through knowledge that you will be able to find that ultimate bliss, or you can find that ultimate power or ultimate God. If you want to achieve that, it is only karma from karma to knowledge, and knowledge is the crux of achieving that.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
So this is.
Yeah, please go ahead. We can finish.
Because the total emphasis on karma is of also, if you see, that it talks about vihit karma, okay, that what is required or what is being prescribed by the do those kind of karma. Everything what we do is karma, but do those kind of karma, so which prepares your mind to achieve knowledge.
Yeah.
And then go into then achieve knowledge, and then you will be able to achieve God.
Yeah, exactly. Just want to clarify, this point keeps coming in actually all the time, of comparing Gyan with transactional world actually. So once person understands, even in life, we keep facing situations where something or the other keeps coming in. Consciously you don't want to get dragged, but unconsciously you get dragged. And when you get dragged, a lot of the default settings, they come back as I can say it is more like a muscle memory sometimes. And also it's also called as one more thing actually, the survival instinct. It will come actually, whether to survive an argument or survive a physical fight, whatever it is, it all comes back actually. But that has nothing to do with Gyan actually. So for example, once we understand that sunrise and sunset, this is not actually happening, it's only because earth is round that we are seeing it this way, and earth is rotating, we see sunrise and sunset. It is not going anywhere, it's coming anywhere, east, west.
Sun is stationary.
It is stationary. Maybe it may be going into its own orbit, but that is more relative actually. For us, sun is more stable and earth is rotating, that's why we see sunrise and sunset. So 12 hours we see sun, 12 hours we don't see sun. So this is something to do with Gyan. That doesn't mean that night I say that it is scorching heat. I can't say no, because sun is not there, so it is not scorching heat actually. But I can't say there is scorching heat. Yeah, I may say there is scorching heat on the other side, but that doesn't bother me so much, right? So in transactional world, others will not understand it actually. And just because I have this Gyan, now from the next day, I don't need to give up, performing Sandhya Vandan. Sandhya Vandan is supposed to be done during dawn, noon, dusk. Okay, just because in one of the geography class I have understood this. I come back and tell my father saying, Papa, there is no Sandhya Vandan. Why? Sun doesn't rise and set at all. Where is this Sandhya Vandan actually? So there is the point actually. That is more transactionary. Transactionary things can keep continuing. I can still enjoy Sandhya Vandana because Maya is available to me, Sun is available to me for me to see it actually. It is there. Pratyaksha, it is there actually. Though, when I understand from my own ultimate understanding that it is energy, it's going to be, in any case, even science says 50 billion years it can last. So at least in the last 30, 40 years I've been listening to this actually. So it is 50 billion years minus 30 years at least now. That is its life actually. So we know that it's going to extinguish. So every energy kind of, settles down like the taras only. It settles down all the time actually. So it is for knowledge. But coming to transaction, definitely if it is 48 degree, it will be scorching heat. So I have to bear it actually, and I have to come out of that. So that will happen actually. Sun is not there after 50 billion years, but my body is there today. Sun is also there today. It is scorching heat. It is going to, work, in any way. So that's where time works, right? So you are there at the right time or wrong time, things will work as per, whatever is happening around you. So this entire, confusion of knowledge versus transactionary world is something one has to really look into. You the moment you get understand that you are everything and that akhanda vritti is there is nothing which is away from you. You get that idea very, very clearly, right? Ideally after that no other apprehensions will be there. But if you have to talk to someone else, you will talk about transaction only, no. You will not talk about you being everything. If you are everything, what is that you are talking to? Who is the other person you are talking to? There is nothing, no. So if I bring that aham brahmasmi vritti all the time during transactions, there is no transaction, because there is no transaction, no. Transaction happens between two persons actually. There is no second person, that is the understanding. Then where is the transaction? So in any case, Maya, once you have this, that till, no, that ignorance, so beautifully it is available. From that angle, you will see, no, that till is great actually. Such a small thing as ignorance just can make you believe that this world exists, right? That's how it is. From that standpoint, you can make a statement, and you will be thinking somewhere, if you are totally on the other side, not open to Vedanta, not exposed to Vedanta to that level, you can imagine just even someone saying that, okay, so I am so blessed, and ignorance is great. So someone will say, why do you say ignorance is great? Such a small thing makes me believe that this world exists. So that person will go crazy. He's saying, boss, world to hai na? Why is he saying he believes world exists? From his perspective, he is saying this, actually saying, oh God, I can't believe that, just simple ignorance can make me believe that sun exists, my body exists like this, in this way only, constrained like this, and I have a boundary, and there is another person, water, here, there, Panchabhuta, all this I see as different. And that's amazing. So that, that's how, like, Mahakavi Bharati, he wrote actually, Chittinai achittudan inaittai, Serum Aimboodathu, Vienulagam Amaittai. So he says that he is praising Lord, saying that, boss, you just mixed Chit with Achit, Atma with Anatma, and you created this beautiful world. And to create that beauty, you also created, different kind of colors, different, like forest, this, that, so many things. What a kind of, wonder is this actually? How come you created this kind of a thing? Just by mixing these two, how did you do this? Is something he's explaining. So, if someone sees from totally other perspective, they will think this guy is crazy. But the one who understands, for him it is something really astonishing, that a small thing as ignorance can make one believe that the world exists and all the problems exist. Is something really amazing actually. So, this entire thing of jnana is knowing. That's the reason, once diamond is available with you, you don't need to worry. Why? I have to make a subtle difference here. While Kabir is saying, maybe examples can only take us as much there. Even he cannot give more than that actually. That one line has to be supposed to be understanding and Aikya, which can never be brought out in as many words as well. Even Vedanta can only fetch as much to that level actually. There, diamond is still an external thing which is in the pocket. So there's a distance between maybe where the hands are, and then where the hand is, and then where this diamond is located in the pocket. Within the pocket, you have so much of space, so at least 5 square inches you can say, and it is in one corner. Somewhere it is there actually. Again, there is a distance that has to be traveled. But we are talking about that thing which is not at all distant from oneself. It is just oneself. It is just oneself. No distance. The only distance to be traveled is that ignorance. That's where the till point what he said is so beautiful actually. So there also, even when he's giving an example, that's an example he's giving, right? When you have the diamond, why do you want to take it and keep it? Yeah, this is the diamond. So similarly, when you are that, no reassurance is required that you are that. You will always be that only. There is no doubt about it. Forget alone the ultimate that. The immediate that what we see, which at least we take as the Jiva. Forget Parama, being Parama. As Jiva, we are very clear actually, we own so many problems. Previous day weight was this much, second day also almost the weight is the same only, unfortunately. Most of the times. So we keep on, so that one person who's owning the problem, bichara itna bada bekar owner hai wo, he keeps on owning this actually. One day RBC is so much, second day WB is something different actually. So we almost, at least people at some age, they by hearted, saying, अच्छा क्या टेस्ट करना है? CBC. Immediately CBC, ये ले लो, HB1 ले लो, or the lipid profile ले लो, and within lipid profile you have hundreds of things. So you have to worry about every damn thing actually as to whether these guys are working or not, because you feel you are dependent on that. No, So that predicament is amazing actually, and that kind of a predicament happening just because of simple ignorance is great. So that's amazing actually, So that perspective I wanted to give actually. Transactionary world will have problems. I mean, maybe one to one I can explain some of this actually. I will not be saying here. At every level, any position you are in, transactionary problems will be there. Over there, if for example, even if I'm in the office, I will have to handle it the way it comes actually. And also many times arguments, the way you get dragged is so amazing. You just see you are getting dragged into the arguments, and you don't want to even normally talk that way, but you talk that way actually. You happen to talk that way, and then after the entire thing you're dragged completely into that mud. Then you come out of it, have a little bit time to introspect. You try to see, oh God, ये कहाँ में कीचड़ लेके आ गया? Now you want to have a mental shower actually to remove that mud. So when you have the leisure, you understand it actually. So this is all transactionary world. It will be like that. But the leisure one should have as a mumukshu, also as a mukta, is that thank God I am not this body. Thank God I am not this body. I am not available. My Swarupa, real Swarupa is not available for transactions. It is nirguna. It cannot be touched by anyone. This world, what I am seeing outside this world of guna, of course it's a projection of me only. But anyway, I'll keep it outside. I don't need to worry about it. I am everything, not this small thing what I am seeing in front of me as a problem. So that has to be kept in mind actually all the time. And of course, that automatically happens when one understands one is oneself. And after that also, yes, as I said, transaction is happening, and transactionary world will have its attendant. You may call it problems because we see it as problems. It will have its own, cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect that keeps on going on actually. It will have its cause and effect that keeps happening. See, acid, as long as it is outside, it's okay. The moment it falls on my skin, I have a problem. But outside also, it had the same potent, guna, right? To burn something. It had that potent guna. When I come in contact, I have a problem. That's how it is actually. But it is still there. In the system only, it is there actually. So, transactionary world is different. Vyavahara is always different. Jnana is different. Jnana cannot be undone by Vyavahara. Vyavahara will continue. This is how it is. All that you can do is that switch, which you can do very, very seamlessly. That switch is what is enabled by Jnana. Very easily that switch is there actually. You keep transacting, and as long as transactions are going fine, it's okay. If there is a problem, just introspect saying, anyway, I'm not this actually, don't worry about it. Simple. Not to worry about this, simple. I'm just relating this to long back, one of the organizations, I had given up teaching, which was assigned to me. I was not very comfortable teaching. So I said, I cannot do. They said, okay, no, keep doing it, let's see. So they were postponing it, they didn't take me serious. So then I said, no, I'm abandoning now. Because they were not taking it serious. Nahi, kar lo, aa jayega, hum bhi aise seekh rahe the. But I was very clear actually, if I don't know something, I realized very clearly that it is not working. So when I stopped, they said, oh God, you kind of abandoned it. I said, okay, I've just stopped. You can give any name to it. I'm not comfortable. I've stopped. That's all. Abandoned is a very big name actually. So that was a big institute actually. Then one of those days, almost 6, 7, at least 3, 4 top leaders of their organization had come. I mean, so and so of the organization, and they called me. I was just walking from one place to the other actually, like the way the cricketers go from the pavilion to the ground. So as I was walking, I was just thinking. I used to pursue these things those days also, but I had not cracked it. So all that I had in my mind was, I said, okay, so what maximum someone can do? They can just, maximum, do something to the body. Okay, worst what can happen? Body can vanish. More than that, what can happen? Nothing can happen, no. I will remain the same, no. It's something I used to have as an idea when I was just walking through. So when they asked me saying, oh, so you just stopped doing this. I said, yes. I said, I'm not comfortable. I've already explained, and it has not been heard, so I had to stop it. I mean, I'd given enough, indication and time. And since it was not being, heeded to, I thought, there's no point in just continuing when I'm not able to do that. So then that person said, okay, is it okay if we tell that so-and-so who has given this assignment to you? I said, and that so and so was the topmost person actually, and well known so and so person in the society itself. So I mentioned very simply saying that yes, given a chance, I would have informed him. If you can inform on my behalf, please do that. This is what I said, and there were people who could just take my job off, but I didn't worry about it at all. I was just myself. So when I was transacting, I was thinking though on those lines actually. So why I should be worried about it? I was just gathering my, gathering myself, and I went with that attitude, saying, okay, nothing can happen to me actually. If I'm saying something right, let me be bold enough, simple. Let me not worry about anything else. So that was not even during Jnana, after post Jnana actually, that is during more my sadhana period only. So even during my sadhana, in fact, the real sadhana chatushtaya when I started was little bit after that. Little bit after that. Before that, from whatever I've heard, that part I was, using. But of course, you won't believe. I think I have to share that. After sadhana chatushtaya, this was in 98 actually, when I started this, within 4 months, I went to the same organization. I said that now I'm more than confident to do that. I want to take it as a challenge. You won't believe this. I was doing that. So when I was practicing all these things, I used to really apply them very, very quickly. Something which I said that, okay, fine, I'm not going to do this. Please tell you what you wanted to say. When I said that, after some time, maybe it might be a gap of maybe 1 year or so, after which I started with Tattva Bodha and Sadhana Chatushtaya. That's when I understood really gaining Adhikaratva part of it. And I started those practices. The moment I started those practices, it was great energy. To an extent, I wanted to undo everything which I saw as a problem. Everything. First thing I thought was, I was not very happy in the sense, from my initial experience, I thought I'm not very happy with the hospitality industry kind of a job. I thought I should be getting into manufacturing background where I like science and engineering, maths a lot. So being finance guy in a manufacturing industry might be much more helpful to me because I like costing, many other things. Manufacturing processes, this, that, everything else. So this was my view. But post sadhana chatushtaya, I felt, why should I, go away from anywhere actually? Every place is the best place. So I used to be in a different tangent actually. Different tangent at that point in time. So to an extent, I went back to the same organization. I said, now I'm prepared for it. I can do it. I'll take it as a challenge. And in fact, I stopped looking out for any job. I said, I'm going to be happy here only. I'll do everything that's possible here during the sadhana chatushtaya, when I was practicing that actually. And around that time, of course, some other organization interviewed actually that happened to be a manufacturing company. So since I was of this attitude, I just went there. I said, okay, I was not prepared for the interview. They just called me and someone said, okay, you have to come because I've committed. I said, boss, I'm not looking for a job any longer now. They told me saying, no, I've committed, Bhaskar, on your behalf. Based on your 1 year discussion back, I've found some company which is very good for you. Go and attend. Those guys have already come to this hotel. Please, you go because I've committed. I said, okay, I'm going only because you've committed. I didn't even take a CV with me. Just went there, discussed. They liked me. And they asked me, why are you leaving this particular place? I said, I don't want to leave that place. They said they were shocked actually. I was during this period of sadhana. They said, boss, when you don't want to leave, then why have you come here? I said, that's because my consultant has organized something with you. I believe he has committed to you. He requested that I should come here. That's the reason I've come. So they said, okay, now, we are fine with you. Do you want to join? They said, okay, do you want to join and what's the package? I just so double actually thought. I didn't want to change, no. I said double. I just asked for a double salary, if you see. Because I was, okay, happy in any case, no, what is the big deal? Then they said, okay, but you should remember that you are coming from service industry to manufacturing industry. So they wanted to indicate that it's a chance you are getting. So maybe negotiate a little less, see that benefit also, don't ask for double, kind of, that was an indication. I said, okay, fine, I take your point. After that, actually, I didn't even give them a printed CV. After a month, they came back saying that, Bhaskar, how come you have not given your CV? That one of the finance gentlemen who interviewed me, he told me this. I said that, boss, your vice president felt that I am coming from hospitality to manufacturing. I thought maybe he's not that greatly interested, so I didn't share it. He's saying, no, we are very interested. Please share your CV and let us leave the things to Almighty God. So I shared it, and they were so particular. They gave me the salary I asked. I just said double. They gave. So it is not that, I was so happy that I got that money. I was very happy that the confidence I had was something eternal confidence that point in time. Sadhana makes such a big difference actually. I'm not again marketing that sadhana fetches you money. That is the least of the things I want to say. But sadhana gives you that guts to say what you want to say and do what is the right thing to do. It gives you that. That's a different thing altogether. So that's how sadhana helps. And sadhana, chittasya shuddhiya karma, there is no doubt about it. It does do that actually. I thought it's a personal experience, but I thought let me share this. Good. So if we don't have anything else to be shared by anyone, then we can close. I'll give a minute for anyone to say something, and then we can. Yes, Ashish, go ahead.
So you said you actually started doing this sadhana chatushtaya, correct? So what actually you did? Because see, right, like you also explained us what is sadhana chatushtaya, and then all the steps like samadhi, sampati, everything you have explained. So like, apart from knowing, what else you did?
Okay, so yeah, correct. Sadhana definitely is doing actually, not only knowing. Correct, you are right. It is not knowing; it is more doing. So if you see sadhana chatushtaya, so you have viveka, vairagya, samadhi, shatka, sampatti, mumukshitvam. These are the four. I think Bhavya was not there as a part of those sessions. I can at least repeat for her benefit. Viveka, vairagya, samadhi, shatka, sampatti, mumukshitvam. So viveka is nityavattu ekam, brahma tadvitiriktam sarvamanityam. So that immediate kind of the postulate is starting with that point is viveka. So if you ask me, I had kind of some alignment with that, and vairagya is that where you have the power to give away the phala of what you do. So that I started gaining as much as possible. I could I could practice that actually. When you do something, you always keep expecting an appreciation. There you become more udasina towards, you don't care about it actually. You keep doing things for the sake of doing. Don't worry about whether someone is going to say हाँ तुमने बहुत अच्छा किया कि नहीं. You sing. Someone may like, someone may dislike. You keep singing. So that's okay. No, doesn't matter. So vairagya I could also apply. Then samadhi, shatka, sampatti. This is where the tricky part was actually. And the last one is mumukshutvam. Mumukshutvam I already had, because from my childhood I wanted to know something that was something that ultimate. I think I had that idea already from childhood. I think I was blessed with that. That's where I think I was wondering about what is death, this, that, what is ultimate sukha. I used to think about all these things. So mumukshutvam was given. That's why I was in the path otherwise also. Samadhi, shatka, sampatti was little tricky. So samadhi, shatka, sampatti, you have 6, right? Shama, dama, uparama, titiksha, shraddha, samadhana. So out of this, the first thing I started was shama actually. Shama is mind control. So I thought, let me crack this actually. So the moment, one by one I wanted to do that. So when I wanted to think about mind control, I thought the first weakness I had was, I had moved from Chennai to Aurangabad. And this, when I moved to Aurangabad, I came to Mumbai and then I was posted in Aurangabad. And when I moved to Aurangabad, it was September, October, and later, the winter starts, right? Some of the climate change was all there. My routine was not that great actually. Normally, Chennai and all, we used to get up at 5:30. So there I was getting up at 7, 8. My office was at 9:30 actually. So I could get up at any time and it was a walkable distance. So the routine was not great actually, And as a result, I could not do either a Sandhya Vandana or my martial arts practice, music practice, none of these things I could do. I knew that I was having these problems, and there was not a disciplined life, in terms of routine. First thing I thought was, okay, let me just bring this back to routine first. I mean, as a bachelor, there is no one to monitor you, and unless you are self-disciplined, there is no one else to correct you, saying, boss, at least get up on time. If mother is there, she will say, no, this is not the way you behave. So there was no one to control, right? Normally. So there I thought, let me bring in my control actually. So let me get up. I mean, for the sake of getting up, I'll get up. And then I had kept a routine. So dot 5 o'clock I used to get up, and only at 11 I used to go to sleep. Not even 1 second I used to delay here and there actually while going to sleep as well as getting up. So that's the first thing I controlled. And after that I kept a schedule saying I'll do this, this meditation, this martial arts practice, this Sandhya Vandana, and musical practice, everything. By 7:30 I used to be in the office. So 7:30 to 8, I used to have light breakfast there in one of the restaurants there, and because I was in a hotel, so the restaurant was always there. 8 o'clock, I used to be on my seat. For my 9:30 office, I used to be at 8 o'clock on my seat, and during that time, some of those people who had kept a lot of pending works actually, which could have been done, which had got accumulated for the last maybe 5 years or 6 years at least. Most of those things I cracked myself. I used to go to the mezzanine floor, look at those documents with all dusty documents. I used to remove them. I never used to care for all these. Keep a hanky around your nose, and then take out all those things. Do all those difficult work which people call it. I cracked most of those reconciliations. I gave a lot of observations during that time. So the energy was something different actually. So mind control was something which I started with, and daily I applied in areas where I had weakness. First thing, that's what I cracked actually. Shama, Dama, Uparama. Uparama is Swadharmanushtha. So Swadharmanushtha is towards your gurus, parents, society, towards gurus, society. Society includes everything actually. Yeah. So again, I mean, towards these, whatever duties you have towards these, you have to complete. So I used to think, okay, what is my duty towards my parent? What is my duty towards my society? So basically, towards society, I used to see it more as office also. So office, do the best what you should do in the office. Be disciplined. Do what you're supposed to contribute. Do it. So that I used to do, and that's where Uparama, and also one more thing of Uparama is that you should be able to give up that phala of palatyaga. That is more important actually. Iha swarga bhogeshu ichcha rahityam. Whether it is this world or swarga, whatever you call it, hereafter, the other world. You don't need to worry about the punya and mileage points and realizing those points actually. Never worry. Punya is not the purpose for which you are doing good things. You are doing good things for the sake of chitta shuddhi. So that was very, very clear actually. So whatever I was doing, I never expected anything from anyone as an appreciation. But I could see that people all the way used to appreciate. In fact, they used to call me saying, Bhaskar, what has happened to you? We see some power in you. What has happened to you? They used to tell me this. But I used to be open. I say I'm just following some discipline, and this is the book, and if you want, you can also do it. So I used to share. I bought 10 books. It all got distributed. I bought 20 more books. They all got distributed. I got another 20 books. Most of them all gone actually. In Aurangabad, I think there'll be at least 30 or 40 people who will be having my Tattva Buddha book. It is there actually with them, most of them. So because those who saw me, they used to ask me, what is happening to you? Probably they could see me before and after kind of situation. That's the reason they used to ask me this question. So Ashish, thanks for asking this. I could elaborate this.
Thanks, sir.
So that's basically, the thing is, you have to do that during vichara. So for that purpose, you are doing this. That's very important actually. Sadhana Chatushtaya, otherwise also you can keep doing. But when you do it with purpose, I am doing the Sadhana Chatushtaya for Chitta Shuddhi, for my Adhikaratva, and for that I am also supposed to do the vichara parallelly. Just start it parallelly when your Adhikaratva is already gained. That's the time when it works wonders actually. This plus that, when it is at peak, that's when that Akhanda Bhava definitely happens. So that has to be there. For example, if someone is only doing sadhana and by the time they start vichara, they are giving up another 5 years, 6 years. Somewhere the chitta shuddhi will go down, because transactionary world is there immediately next to you to undo most of the things what you have done actually. Very easily it can do it actually. So when, like for example, you have scaled the terrace, from ground to 50 floors, not using the lift. Okay. After that, you want to have a glimpse of that third phase of moon. Okay, because it's visible only from there. So having gone there, just imagine you don't see that and come down. What is the point? You will come down eventually. Again, you will have to scale this 50. So the sadhana, as you are doing, have the vichara, as it has picked up and the chitta shuddhi kind of is happening, start vichara. That vichara is very important along with sadhana. The combination of it's a winning combination actually. Both these have to be there, and when they peak out, definitely Akhanda Vritti happens. And after that also, transactional world will be there still. Sunrise, sunset will still be perceived, though we know it doesn't happen. Perception will always be there actually. That's how it works. Okay, thanks, Ashish, for asking
Okay.
that. We'll chant Purnamada. Om Purnamada